Welcome to another video, and I'm very glad to have you because today we're taking a look at XRP versus the dollar. XRP has been quite slow in the recent bull run. However, this might kickstart the next bull run because XRP is showing us some very nice signals. Taking a look from the yearly perspective, we can see that last year, 2021, was a bullish engulfing candle, engulfing all of this previous candle, giving us a very bullish year ahead. Well, this year we seem to be consolidating a little bit, trying to find some new buy zones, trying to find some more information on where to buy XRP before heading to the moon, because this candle could be a slingshot above the all-time highs. Going down to the lower time frames, we can see that the 6-month candle is not yet really convincing. The 6-month candle was a bearish engulfing candle before this one, making a lower high. This is the highest high, this is a lower high. This could indicate that more downwards momentum is to come. However, that was also the case for this 6-month candle, and this 6-month candle made us go to new highs, or at least above this bearish engulfing. Going down to the quarterly candle, the XRP chart is a bit bigger than some of the other charts that we like to analyze, because the longer the time frame, the more relevant your signals are. We're also going to be drawing some lines. I got them in dark green so they don't interfere with our vision too much. The first real resistance line, or the first real support line that we can find, is back at around 2.5 cents. Going into the more recent price action, I'm going to be ignoring the volume for a bit, so excuse me for a moment. Ignoring the volume for a bit, we can see that the other support zones are more or less rectangles. They're not really that convincing in a single matter. We've got quite a support zone between 20 and 24 cents. Everything below that was a huge buying opportunity, as we can see here. So to say that this is a decent area of support we are going to be looking at. You can also see that this was a kind of a series where we might be able to draw a line. This was around 55 cents. And beyond that, not a lot of interesting information is available from the 3-month perspective or the quarterly perspective. The quarterly perspective shows us that we've had a bearish engulfing candle. And excuse me, I'm going to be putting back the volume in. This was a candle on kind of like decreasing volume, because we can see that this month, this quarter was closed off with more volume but less price action. So this could have been one of the more final sales, but let's not jump to conclusions right away. Let's see whether the monthly, the weekly, the daily are going to be giving us some more information, and as sure as well you can see it. Well, XRP has been downtrending during, let's say, all of 2017 to 2020 up until this week. This was the signal where XRP made a new bearish engulfing candle, engulfing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles fully. And this was what started off the bullish momentum for the biggest part of 2020 and 2021. You can see that this brought a move of pretty much, let's say, from the close, which brought a move of around 700%, which was well worth the trade. We can also see that this top is exactly aligned with the monthly closure you can see back in July 2018, which would be a very good confluence point for us. Based on this information, you can see that we've kind of been in a range between $2 and between around 20 cents. So it's like a 10x range. If you've been able to trade this range, then you would have made immense profit. But that's not why we are here today. We are here to give you not financial advice, but give you the biggest and best places where you could be able, or where at least we would think you would be able to buy the cryptocurrency. The red line in this chart is the 50 monthly moving average, which is just being formed. The 50 monthly moving average is a strong one. It's a confidence indicator, and it indicates whether prices are going up or down. This time we have found support. We have broken it and we are now touching it, and it seems to be that we are now touching it as a resistance. Whether this resistance will break is probably going to be an important part of our technical analysis. Going on this chart, we cannot really see any interesting price patterns, we cannot really see any interesting notions, so let's take a look at our indicators. Our indicators have been, well, quite astonishingly correct. You can see that the MACD broke in June 2018, where we have had a big downtrend. We then crossed upwards back in July 2020, which confirmed the uptrend, and we broke down in January 2022, which has also led to quite some downturn. It is at this moment not really looking to cross bullish, but we could have some bullish momentum right here. Let's close it off. Again, this monthly candle is something that we do like to take into account, because as you can see, this monthly candle, it engulfed, what did I say? I think it was 8 different candles, and this one has done 3. Which is quite impressive. Let's take a look at the volume again and see whether the volume supports this image. You can see that the volume on the previous few candles have not been exceeding the one on this candle. So this is definitely a very bullish signal. Going down to the weekly time frame, we can also see that suddenly a purple line shows up. The purple line is the trend indicator. The purple line is the 200 weekly moving average in this instance. It's just the 200 moving average for any time frame. You can see that the 50 monthly moving average and the 200 weekly moving average are almost perfectly aligning at this moment, which would consider this area, the 50-cent area, an area of very, very, very high resistance. From this zone, if we are able to increase more upwards, we could see some more bullish momentum in the coming weeks and months. Taking a look at the patterns, we can now also finally start to show some pattern recognition. The pattern recognition we could see right here is a W pattern or a double bottom. The double bottom has quite already played out. We can take from the low and put it on the neckline. So the weekly double bottom pattern has been confirmed, breaking out and showing us nothing more than it's already completed. From this area, we are basically at a do or die area. You can see that in the previous times there have been a lot of resistance. You can also see that we have perfectly tested the resistance we marked earlier on. From this point on, from the weekly time frame, it's about a 50-50% move. And the 50-50% move that I would like to see is either we go back down to the neckline of this double bottom before moving back up, or we touch the 50 weekly moving average before trying to find support right here, or fall down back to the support line right here before breaking out even further. We are also of course able to break it at one moment, but after the big green moments that we've had in this area, I wouldn't say that it's a guarantee. From this area, the most probable thing, especially if this is able to close as a bullish engulfing onto this one, is a move to around 65 cents, which would also be an increase of pretty much around 20 to 25%. Going down to the daily time frame, we can start to get a more clear view of the low level noise that we are able to see. As soon as you go to the daily time frame, the MACD becomes a little bit harder to read. You can see that these candles are not really showing the most aggressive things. However, this candle did. So this candle is the way to go. According to this candle, we should be in an uptrend pretty much up until we break this area. So from now on, we should be able to continue to move upwards, especially if this resistance is to be taken. This resistance could be a hard one since we are at the 200 weekly moving average, at the 50 monthly moving average, and we have quite the zone right here. This zone is definitely interesting to take a look at. And if we are able to break out of this and break above the longer term moving averages, this would be a great place to re-enter as soon as we get down below. Because you can see that we've broken this resistance line. This was the resistance line keeping us down all the way at this area. We've broke it and then we've retested this, so this area has also already become support. The next area to take into account is this one. That's the zone of around 52 to 48 cents, and the next zone to take into account is probably this area. So if we are able to break above this 50 cents area, then we should be good to go to the 60, or as we previously mentioned, the 65 zone. Going down to the lower time frames, the view is getting confirmed and not a lot of special things are happening. Let's see whether the MACD is showing us any signs of real strength, and this really is something that you can forget for this moment. At the 1 hour area, we are currently seeing that we are forming a bearish engulfing pattern, which is not the most profitable to trade if you are only trading upwards. But of course, if you take a look at our videos, you can also see that you could also make money while the prices are going down. I just drew a head and shoulders pattern on top of here, which is not the most reliable on such a short notice. For what we would now not like to see, especially if we're going for the bullish momentum, is that this area of supports breaks. So the uptrend on the shorter time frame all depends on this single line. If we are able to stay above it, stay afloat, we could go further up. If we break down below this, we are probably going to be seeing a downturn up until maybe even 47 cents, which could be a quite profitable margin trade. From the 15-minute perspective, this is getting confirmed, and this is currently being tested. So if you are soon enough to see this video, you might be able to take profits from this trade. Altogether, going down from the longer time frames to the higher time frames, we can start to see that XRP is showing some momentum. It is doing well, especially after breaking out of this huge bullish flag and finding new support zones while we were at it. We have now been coming out of this bullish flag, broke all the way up, tested our all-time high, or our previous all-time high from 2018, and we are now trying to find support around the 30 cents area. This 50 cents area is a very important one. If we break above it and find some support at the 50 cents area, I don't think we will see lower prices anywhere soon. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that we will visit 20 cents or maybe even go below that area before moving upwards? Or do you believe that XRP is set to the moon and that XRP army will get us all the way past all-time high before, let's say, the end of this year? I hope you enjoyed this content. I hope you really learned something today, and I would love to see you in the next video.